Hi, I'm Barbara Calvi, licensed marriage and family therapist, and I want to welcome you to the Couples Corner. So today what I want to talk about is the answer to a question I get asked a lot. A lot of people will ask me, what is your number one piece of advice for a couple who's struggling, especially if one of the partners is reluctant to go to couples therapy? Here's what I would say. If your partner is approaching you and has been approaching you for a while about wanting to go to couples therapy and you don't want to, then I really advise you to change your mind and to go. And here's why. What happens is I get couples all the time, way too often in my office, where they're brought in, interestingly, not by the person who's been asking to go to couples therapy for several years, but by the person who didn't want to go, because now the partner has decided, I've had enough. You clearly don't care about me and my happiness. Nothing's changed, and I've had my limit. I'm leaving. Now the reluctant partner was saying, well, I never wanted a divorce. I never wanted to, let's go, please let's go. So you can imagine what the chances are of coming in circumstances like that and having it be, have the outcome you would want, which is to stay together, or especially have the outcome you want and actually have a relationship where both of you are happy. There are a couple of reasons why people tend to be reluctant to want to be the reluctant partner and tend not to want to come in. One is they are concerned that just talking about what's going on in the relationship will rock the boat. They may be super conflict avoidant. It's better just not to address it and go on and not ruffle any feathers. That works for a while. What tends to happen in relationships like that is there is so much tension and resentment that builds up that actually it's quite toxic and painful to be in that relationship. Or the partner just ends up leaving. Or one other thing that happens is there's so much energy invested in placating and being conflict avoidant that people start to lose themselves, and that saps all of the passion and all of the energy out of a marriage, and that's where you get often at least one, if not two, fairly depressed partners. Another reason, and it's really common, why someone is reluctant to come in is they go, okay, my partner's really unhappy with me. I'm fine. I'm okay in the relationship, but they're really unhappy. That means if we go to counseling, all that's going to happen is that I'm going to hear every week a laundry list of everything that's my fault, and I'm going to have two people ganging up on me, and I'm going to feel blamed and criticized and attacked. Now, I will tell you, if that is your experience in couples counseling, you are with the wrong therapist. And next week, I'm going to be talking about what are some criteria to follow to find the best therapist you can that's the best fit for you, that's really skilled and who knows what they're doing. Because not all therapists have training to be couples therapists, but I'm going to get to that next week. So if you are the person who feels worried that you're going to be beat up on, then I will tell you any couples therapist worth their salt is not going to sit there and join in your partner and beating up on you. They're going to be able to address both sides of the coin. So I really, again, if you are the reluctant partner, this is really for you. Consider going into couples therapy. Do your research, do some due diligence, but consider going, because this is what I say to people. If you think back to the day that you got married, and you think back to that moment when you looked in each other's eyes and you said your vows, try to capture that feeling inside right now. And from that place, kind of take a few deep breaths, go back in your mind's eye, imagine yourself, whether you were in a church or in a synagogue or outdoors at the beach or, in Tahiti, wherever you were, and you said those vows. What were you feeling at the time? You were probably feeling that this is the perfect match for you, that you are blissful and ecstatic. And if someone came to you at that moment and said, you know what, in 5 years from now, in 10 years from now, your partner's going to be really unhappy, maybe even miserable, and you're not going to care. And they're going to feel that you don't care. Is that something, if at that moment someone said that to you, you'd probably be thinking, absolutely not. That could never happen. Well, if you're at the point where your partner is asking, pleading, begging you to go to couples counseling, something has got off track at some point. Even if you feel things are okay, it's gone off track for them. And in that moment when you said your vows, don't you think you would have been really concerned and worried and have a lot of feeling for your partner if they were unhappy? So I would really like to encourage you to go ahead and take the leap, to do some research, find a really skilled therapist in your area, and start the journey of trying to create a better relationship. Not only will it feel better for your partner, but if it feels better for your partner, it will probably feel better for you too. Thank you, and join me next week when I talk about what are some criteria to find a really good couples therapist. And until then, take good care. Bye-bye.